first, start, go, initiate, pioneer, fuck it, drive, force, child, being the first sign of the zodiac, the babies of the zodiac. Welcome to Aries season, where you will become more self-oriented, where impulse matters. Impulse gets stronger, your intuition gets stronger. A desire for valor, honor, just a general sense of like acting right, and childlike joy. Saw 44 on the clock. Yes, stability, a new foundation being laid. And we all have access to this energy. Aries is a response to Pisces. Every sign is a response to the one before it. And where Pisces is like the ultimate culmination, the ultimate ending, the ultimate death, Aries is that resurrection energy, that like first breath of life, the baby out of the womb, the slap on the ass. Aries energy is consciousness embodied. Welcome to the season of I am. Consciousness embodied. You will become more optimistic and very much so willing to fuck around and find out. Hi, happy equinox. Welcome to the real start of 2024. It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the Aries season 2024 astrology video. I'm doing only astrology in this video and the important transits and astrological dates you need to pay attention to, but I always end up shuffling while I do this because it just helps me talk and flow more. So stick around to the end and we may fuck around and get a card, so there may be a little bit of a reading, but either way. So let's get into it. If you want to write these dates down, if you need notes, whatever, grab your pen, hydrate, light it if you got it. I create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for everyone I read for in this Aries season 2024. So as of March 19th, Aries gets the sun. And I have notes, so I'm gonna make sure I'm referencing my notes. 9:06 p.m. Mountain Time, 11:06 p.m. Eastern Time is spring equinox, and it starts at night. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. I just got like hit with like, you know, when it's warm at night in the summer. Oh, yes. I've been wishing for it, and just wishes are coming true. Welcoming in 2024. And the sun in astrology is what we know about ourselves to be true. And the sun wants to reveal who you truly are this Aries season 2024. And it's up to you to do what you will with that information, because it will get revealed to you. And so it's like, what are you ready to do about who you are? Your decision-making skills, your relationship to your impulses, your ability to fuck around and find out, all of that shit is coming up to a surface. On March 22nd, Mars, the ruler of Aries, goes into Pisces. And Mars is the god of war, but Mars is 222. Yeah, I do feel like we're being driven towards mastery. We're being moved to close out the end of a cycle, maybe the end of an era. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces is I believe. So I feel like we're being driven to believe more, driven to embody and exercise and demonstrate our faith more. I feel like we are driven to connect to all things beyond the veil. Like, who or what is your God? How do you interact with them? How do you co-create with them? How do you let them direct or guide you? Is there a substance that's your God? Is there a person, a human being that's your God? You know, I feel like there's also, I feel like Mars in Pisces is going to really drive us to clean up our act when it comes to our mental health and our practices and anything going on with addictions or vices. Spiritual practice, it's like, what's going on with that? It's time to get more consistent with it. Whether you pray, go to church, whatever it is that, you know, gets you in the ether, your practice of it is going to be increasing, or you will be pushed, I feel like, or driven to get more clear on that. On March 25th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. I'll do a separate video on that. I just saw 4 even on the clock. This is the second time I've seen 4s. I'm telling you, new stability, union, wishes coming true. And with this full moon lunar eclipse, what I will say is that we're releasing old programs around love, what balance actually is for you as an individual, and partnerships, how you interact with partnerships, how you receive, the roles that you play in your relationships and in your partnerships, the patterns that have repeated. I feel like old programs, old desires, old motives, old goals being like flushed out eclipses are sudden energy, like it's sudden. Something suddenly coming in, something suddenly coming out. And with it being a lunar eclipse, I feel like this speaks to your emotions. And so it's just like, eclipse energy is not supposed to be like dissected. It's supposed to be very erratic. It's supposed to, like, I don't feel like it's a time to manifest. I mean, full moons aren't a time to manifest at all, but during eclipses, it's just like, just chill back and like receive. Let the divine do their thing. Then onward to April. April 1st, Mercury retrogrades in Aries. And what I wrote is, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mercury retrograding in Aries. Mercury is the planet of the mind. Mercury is all things communication. Yeah, so I feel like your ego may be on 10, your tongue may be on 10, you may be liable to say some stupid shit, or people are liable to say stupid shit to you. Things just being over exaggerated, unnecessarily aggressive, possibly. Also, there could be some major identity overhaul, or like going back to the drawing board about yourself. Like Aries is I am, Mercury is the mind, and so and how you communicate. And so there is something there about re-evaluating how you think about yourself, how you talk to yourself, what you allow, how you allow other people to talk to you, your standards, and what your driving force, what your life force is, and how it stirs you up, how you interact with it. What are you really doing in life? Where are you really going? What are we like? What are we doing? That's like the energy of Mercury retrograde in Aries. Then on April 5th, Venus enters Aries, and I feel like we're drawing in a new self, drawing in like new ways of adorning yourself, of taking care of yourself, drawing in like new things to pioneer. I wrote healing, feminine and masculine energy within, and therefore attracting in a different kind of, attracting in an external representation of the healing work that you've done around the masculine and feminine and how they fit together and the roles that they need to be played and blah, 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 and who does what. Because it's not all like one size fits all. I also feel like Venus entering Aries. Aries is that new. Aries loves the new, loves things in the beginning. There is some sort of like new cycle in self-love and in romantic love coming in. I'm sure I'll do a separate video with that. And then lastly, on April 8th, we have the new moon total solar eclipse in Aries. I feel like this is a total eclipse of yourself, of like who you are, where you thought you were going in life. Like I just 8 on the clock, brand new cycle, a new infinity, a new chapter opens itself up to you. I feel like new habits open themselves up to you. Also, some of you have started new things, started new habits, and you're seeing the fruit of your labor. You're seeing the results of things. It's very new me, new year, new me. New business ideas coming in. Solar eclipses, it's like you're driving down the road, but the eclipse is like skirt and we're going in a different direction. And so I do feel like with it being a new moon, I feel like the things that you've been, for those of you who keep track, that's why I always tell you to write it down. For those of you who keep track, I feel like go look at your intentions or what you were releasing, whatever you wrote down for the new moon and the full moon, the last new moon and full moon for Aries and Libra. Go look at those things. Go look at those seeds that you wrote down or seeds that you planted. And I feel like that's going to give you a glimpse of what's coming in. If you didn't write it down, now you know to start writing them down. That's why I tell you to write it down, because you can look back and see the progress, the progression. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to do a separate video of that, of course. But the new moon in Pisces asked you to believe in yourself. And now you got to show it. And I feel like the seeds, because we relate new moons to planting seeds. These seeds are actions. These seeds are steps you take. These, when it comes in Aries season, it's like your seeds that you plant are the decisions that you make, the actions that you take, the steps, you know? And so there is something there about understanding that you've got to, it's healthy, it is promoted for you to put your oxygen mask on first, especially if you are a parent or if you are in a marriage or a deeply, you know, committed relationship. There is no healthy we without a healthy me. And yeah, what came out is the World with the 8 of Swords reversed. And this is how it looks, where it's just like you safe, encompassed, working hard. Some of you working too hard, burning the candle at both ends. But looking back at this old stuck version of yourself where your mind was stuck, where there was just like this vacillating or looping in the mind. I feel like some of you are breaking out of this cycle or being removed from this cycle where you were having a hard time, 11-11, you were having a hard time figuring out what to wish for, having a hard time like foreseeing. There's been some combative energy inside of you when it comes to your worth. I feel like also a lot of you have been playing Captain Save-A-Ho and tugging around dead weight, or I'm sorry to put it this, no, I'm not. I'm sorry to make it sound this way, but this is the only way I know how to put it. Some of us were in relationships or in friendships or had jobs that were just fucking dead weight. It's just like, bro, how long have you been on these crutches? I'm tired of taking the brunt of the storm. I'm tired of like doing this for you. I'm tired of having to show up in this capacity for you. How long are you going to stay on these crutches? When are you going to go to the, like, you know, the doctor, or like, I don't know, and that manifests differently for all of you. But some of us, I feel like we're getting out of dead-end jobs, getting out of dead-end relationships, and getting out of dead-end habits or emotional responses that put us in this people-pleasy or Captain Save-A-Ho-y, or hyper-independent black sheep shit, you know? And a lot of us are the black sheep, but the black sheep is the new it girl, baby, I'll tell you that. And so there is this like freedom, a successful completion of a cycle. Aries is the beginning. So what are you ready to begin? I love you. I promise you got this.